A lot of people ask me what a good landing page looks like for a local service business. So, a company such as a roofer, electrician, plumber, emergency locksmith, self storage business, anything that's a local service. What does a good landing page look like? Okay, so that's what we're going to discuss here. So, remember, local services are different in that somebody is searching for something very specific and we've got to build the landing page accordingly, right? So I'm going to jump through the main things to include. When it comes to landing pages, the above the fold is like the majority of the work. Think of it as like sort of 80-20. So 20% of the size, 20% of the page gives you 80% of you know, the benefit, right? So it's an 80-20 thing. That's why, yes, you can spend a lot of time making, and you should make sure the whole page looks good, but you should disproportionately spend more time at the top because that's where people stay. That's where, especially for a local service, if you're looking for an emergency locksmith, you're locked out of your car, right? You're not going to be like searching and reading the whole page. You're just going to have a glance, look down, mainly looking above the fold. So get that bit right. So the first thing to get right is the clarity, right? So it only takes a split second to convert to the user that they're in the right place. So literally within a couple of seconds, they need to look at that page and think, yes, this is exactly the service that I'm looking for. Okay. The second thing is reasons to buy. So very quickly they need to think, okay, I'm in the right place, and then pretty quick after that they need to think, okay, not only is this service in the right place and relevant to me and to my local area, but there's all these other reasons why I would want to use them. And that could be, I don't know, 24/7 service. That could be guarantees. That could be stuff like, you know, reliability or licensed, or all the things that make your business stand out. And you know, there's a bit of work to prioritize the ones that that have the biggest impact. But reasons to buy. And the third one is obviously a call to action. So you want to make sure that they can get a quote or they can call you. You want to make sure that's really easy. And there's various ways of making it harder than it needs to be. So make sure that that's super easy to get in touch with you. We're going to look at some examples in a minute. So as well as these three things, these points are really important. I mean, I've just mentioned make it easy to inquire. So actually, I can get rid of that one. Important social proof. So on top of all this, and yes, social proof is a sort of reason to buy, but make sure that there's plenty of evidence above the fold and across the whole page, but certainly above the fold, that you or this company is a trusted business. Because remember, somebody finding your business on Google, they're probably not, well, they're definitely not going to know you. They won't have found you, right? Unless you're some sort of recognizable brand. They will never have seen you before. And our default as cautious browsers of the internet these days is to be skeptical of any company that you've never heard of. So as soon as they see your page, yes, they can think, okay, I'm in the right place. They are a roofer for my area, let's say. Yes, they have won all these awards and they're licensed and have got this amazing customer service. Yes, it's easy to inquire, but they're going to want to see evidence of other people like you saying how much they like work, what a good experience, what a good service they got from this company. If they don't see that, well, it's not ideal, right? You know how it is these days with ratings and reviews and all that. It's really important. Optimize for mobile. So you can get all this stuff right, but if the page renders really badly on a mobile phone, and it's like a dog's breakfast when you're looking at it on a phone, and there's formattings all over the place, then you can get all this stuff right, but it won't matter because on mobile you failed. So you got to make sure that it works on mobile, and you got to make sure that it works on different devices as well. Don't just test it on your own one. Test it on, at the very least, iPhone and Android, but you should test it on different browsers as well, because people are on Chrome, they're on Safari, they're on Edge, they're on, different devices. Test it on as many devices you can get hold of, because you should you shouldn't just cater to somebody who's got your phone and who uses the browser you use. And then decent branding. Now, okay, so what is decent branding? Well, we all sort of know intrinsically what decent branding looks like, right? And yes, branding isn't enough, but branding on top of all these things, then it's the world class A grade, because the branding is sharp, it looks like a nice page, and you've got all this other good stuff. So let's look at some examples, some good, some bad. So this first one here, just move myself out of the way. A roofing company in Richmond, southwest London. So there's subtle things like you've got Tower Bridge just sort of in London, the famous bridge just behind there sort of instantly makes you think, okay, this is London, although that bridge is miles away from Richmond. So that is in central London, not in southwest London. Don't know. Somebody's looking at that. I'm probably being a little bit too hardline with that, but I don't know. There are other images of things that are near Richmond that you could put in there. Anyway, that aside, this page is doing a lot of things right. So it's obviously straight away clarity. Roofers in Richmond, so you instantly think, okay, this company is and it reaffirms it, local roofing contractors, roofers in Richmond. Number one gets thrown around a lot. I'm not a massive fan of number one because it sounds a bit BS-y, because it's like, okay, well, what's the evidence that you're number one? But let's park that for a second. But this is doing a lot right. It's instantly you're getting the clarity. You know where it is. Is it giving us reasons to buy? Now, this paragraph here, we specialize in new roof installations, flat roofing. That's saying what they do. It's not really it's not giving me any reasons to buy. It's just like, it's just telling me what they do. It's got a bit of social proof here. 25 plus 5-star reviews. Are they really 5 stars? Don't know. Looks a little bit generic, that. So this isn't great for reasons to buy. It's got this quick quote here, which is quite standard. I'll show you some alternatives to doing this form which convert better than that, but that's okay. It's not too bad. The branding is the sort of blue and gold. Yeah, it's okay. It's I think it looks pretty tidy. I'm only going to review above the fold in this video. I'm not going to go down and go through all the pages. This is just looking at the top bit. Now there's all this kind of like all these other links off to other parts of the site. Now this is for sort of okay, and I don't know if these are anchor links that you click on and it takes you to the down on the same page or takes you to other pages. But with landing pages, you have to be a bit careful not to. There's an art to how much you show people. You shouldn't just like it's not a website. A landing page is a sort of, if you're sending paid traffic as we do to landing pages, it's a very specific audience. Somebody's just found your service on Google, clicks through, and you don't want to start telling them your life story, right? You don't need, depending on the service, but certainly for like a roofer or a locksmith or whatever, they don't need to know your family history. They just need to know you operate in their area, you have all the creds and capability to deliver the service, and you're trusted by people. So I'm always cautious when there's a lot of links going on there. Again, there's more reasons to buy up here. You know, Trusted Trader, which is like a local kind of marketplace for, is okay, but anyone can get that logo, and it's not specific to this business. Okay, going down to the next one. So this is another London one, and this does some pretty cool things. What I like about this is, whereas this one has really missed out on the reasons to buy, it's not going to let me zoom in a bit more, is it? Okay, that's fine. This one is doing the reasons to buy really well. I really like what they've done here, because these are obvious. People like to read bullet points, especially when they're just browsing on a mobile. Nobody's reading a paragraph in a faint font that's 14 pixels or whatever that size is, right? And maybe in italics in parts. Nobody's reading that. Whereas this is boom. This is big checkbox, bolded in the important bit, and then a little sort of strap line for each. That is really tidy. These guys, they've put the review down there, up there, doesn't really matter, it's still there. And again, the clarity is straight in. So somebody's looking for a local cherry picker, which is one of these cranes. It's quite a funny name for them. They're knowing straight away that this is the area they cover. I like this little sort of Google Maps pin. I think that's really cool. It's subtle, but it's good. And yeah, that really delivers on the reasons to buy. This little strap line under here is okay. We handle everything so you don't have to. Yeah. Don't know what happens when you click on the quote, but that probably just takes you to a form of some description. But they get that right. Okay, the branding here looks okay. Can't really see. Right, next one is this one. So 5-star tree services. Now, I think for me, this one is, the branding is a little bit suspect. It's okay, but it feels a little bit old school. It feels a bit kind of Windows XP. Maybe not that old, but it feels this kind of like glow effect around the box feels a little bit dated. If I'm honest, I don't really know what's going on with that logo. But it does a lot of things right. So the branding for me is a little bit off, but it's got the reasons to buy. That's cool. Not sure about those greens. You can't really see the tick, but you kind of get there, at least in bullet points. The clarity, insured affordable stump removal service in the GTA. I'm assuming that everybody knows what the GTA is, the Greater Toronto Area. Maybe it's worth spelling that out. Don't know. Maybe everybody in Toronto just knows it as the GTA, so that's fine. They've also got it here, Greater Toronto Area. I quite like these reasons to buy up here as well. Pretty good. Fully insured, licensed and insured. Bit of repetition going on there. Affordable rates, no surprises, no hidden fees. So I guess there's a little bit of duplication, but it's okay. This badge is okay. One thing, having text over an image sometimes is problematic. You compare that to how clear that looks, right? So text over image is a little bit suspect, a little bit dated, especially on a mobile. You can't even see that image. So this will look a lot better on a mobile, because that image will be on a mobile. You'll be able to see it. It will be sort of above or below this. Okay. What else we got here? Bit of social proof in the top is okay, but there's no other sort of social proof that I can see here. Yeah. On all three, there's not a single quote from a user, which is a shame. because I feel like all of them are missing a testimonial. So they've got the stars, but none of them have an actual person saying a thing, which I think would help all of them. Okay, now we're going to look at the actual inquiry forms. If you look at this one, it's the sort of classic form, quick quote form, enter your details, submit your inquiry, same as this one. But there are better ways of doing it. Typically these kind of forms, they're okay if somebody's in a rush and just needs to fill in their name, address and email. But often we prefer building what are called multi-step forms that present the information in a sort of nicer way, and they typically convert better than this type of form. So I'm going to show you a couple of examples of what a multi-step form looks like. So there's one down here. So this is a heating sort of HVAC company in the US, and what you can see here is this multi-step form here. So you see here, request your service. They've got a progress bar at the top here, and then they click through here. I haven't got this page. I haven't got a live version of this, but it'll just be how can we help you? Click on here, and then how soon do you need our help immediately, or it'll just be a series of questions. But when you present the information like this, it takes a little bit more to set up, but they typically convert a lot better because they're just a lot more interactive to use. If you think about it, if you were filling in one of these, it'd be a lot easier just to answer a single question at a time than like, oh, here we go, I'm gonna have to fill out this form. And also these forms, depending on on the software you build them with, they tend to look a lot better, work a lot better in on a mobile phone. So that's another benefit as well. Another form, and this is actually one that we've built. This is I've grayed out some of the stuff because it's a client site, but this is an example of a form. So this isn't in the above the fold. This is actually slightly below the fold, and you can see here this is for a self-storage client, and this is the form that we basically get people to fill in. So we ask them, what size of container do you think you'll need, and then there's a couple of options there, and then we say, okay, so how long do you need it, blah 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 blah, and then option 4 is okay, details, and then submit, and this converts really well. So that's what we favor building. But they're both types of multi-step form, and the good thing about these is you can just make them a lot more interactive. You can add pictures, and they work great on mobile and all that. So yeah, there's a little overview of landing pages for local service businesses. Whenever you see good examples, bookmark them, make a note of them. That's what I do. I've got tons more, so I'll make some more of these videos. If you want to see more of this, then drop a comment below and I'll share more. But anyway, I thought I'd share that with you because getting the landing page right is really important to generate inquiries, right? So it's not enough just to set up and get your Google ads sending you clicks. The landing page needs to turn those clicks into inquiries, and that's what a good landing page does. So over and out. See you later. Bye.